They are the future of our sport, some of the top youth bowlers Metro Detroit has to offer. Teammates representing their local bowling center out to prove who's best. Varying in ages and experience, but all here for the drive of competition and love of the game. The Bowling Showcase Youth Challenge Trophy is on the line as 8 teams compete in a bowling battle that will leave only one team standing and victorious. 2 teams, 1 elimination match. The battle begins right now from the bowling capital of the world. Welcome to the Bowling Showcase Youth Challenge. Welcome everyone to exciting Merri Bowl in Livonia for continuing first round action of our 2019 Bowling Showcase Youth Challenge. I'm Mark Martin and I'm happy that you're joining me for this very special series of episodes. Now, as we all know, these young bowlers, they represent the future of our sport, and our future couldn't look brighter. So let me bring you up to speed on the action so far. The Bowling Showcase Youth Challenge consists of 8 hand-picked youth teams, each representing a specific bowling center, going head-to-head in single-game elimination matches. Now, the 4 winning teams, they'll then square off until only 2 teams remain in that final match. And at the end of that battle, the Bowling Showcase Youth Challenge champion will be crowned. Our host center for all this bowling action is Merri Bowl in Livonia. Come on and experience this friendly, clean, state-of-the-art bowling center for yourself sometime, and tell them Bowling Showcase sent you, and thank them for their support. Now on with the show. So we started the challenge with 8 teams competing. Century Bowl, Season 1 champion Cherry Hill Lanes North, 5-Star Lanes, Season 2 champion Oak Lanes, Thunderbowl Lanes, Woodland Lanes, and the home team and Season 3 defending champion Merri Bowl going head-to-head in Baker format. Now at the end of the match, our winning team will move into the semifinal round and await the winners from the other first round matches. We start with 8 teams, then 4, then 2, and finally a winner will be crowned. Our final first round match features defending champion Merri Bowl number 2 squaring off against Century Bowl. The Merri Bowl number 2 team, coached by John Kurtz and Keith Reed, went all the way last year to win the championship for their home center. But standing in their way is Century Bowl, coached by Ken Clayton. Century Bowl is back after an early exit last season and is determined to make a name for themselves this year by first knocking off the champs. So the winner takes the last spot in the semifinal round. So hold on to your seats. This is going to be an exciting one. Once again, joining me today to help bring you all the action and expert analysis is Hall of Fame bowler Sandy Schultz. So we're going to take a quick little commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the start of the match right here on Bowling Showcase. The Michigan State USBC provides tournament competition and recognition for men, women, and youth bowlers in Michigan. Pepsi qualifiers take place in your league, with qualifiers advancing to the state finals. The Youth Masters, the premier scratch event of the state, will take place at Thunderbowl Lanes. Visit MichiganStateUSBC.com for entry blanks and more information on the Michigan State USBC.
everyone, and thank you for joining us. My name is Rich Glow, managing partner of Merri Bowl Lanes. On behalf of my entire staff, we are pleased to host this year's 2019 Youth Showcase Challenge. At this time, we'd like to turn it over to Mark Martin and the Metro Detroit USBC. Take it away, Mark.
Hey, here we are at the final first round match of the Bowling Showcase Youth Challenge. Sandy Schultz. Sandy, thanks for joining us on this.
Thank you.
Okay, so we've got the Merri Bowl Phantom Strikers, the defending champions, against Century Bowl. Should be a pretty good match.
It should be a good match. I was looking over the bio sheets, and both teams look very competitively matched. You know, over the week so far, each week the scores have dropped a little bit, but I don't think that's going to happen this week.
Okay, Sophia Best. Sophia's bowled in the Bowling Showcase. She was on the championship team last year. She's leading off. She's a 6th grader at Johnson Upper Elementary School.
Oh, that was a good shot.
That was a really good shot. Leaves a 10-pin.
She's going over to get her spare ball so that it doesn't hook as much. She'll go across the lane.
She won her division at the Pepsi tournament last year.
Good.
And was a member of the Metro Detroit USBC Youth All-City team.
At that age, I wasn't even bowling in tournaments. Oh, so close.
Hey, Nathan, get him, buddy.
Good try.
Okay, so our first bowler for the Century Bowl team, Nathan Bellata. Nathan is a senior at Waterford Kettering High School. His high average 204, and he can solve a Rubik's Cube.
Oh, wow. Two-handed bowler.
Carry when you get there.
Okay.
Big strike, big strike.
Right. Good start.
Pretty ball.
So Lyric Osteen, 17 years old, senior at North Farmington High School. He's going to bowl 2nd for the Phantom Strikers. Lyric's favorite subject is sociology.
That was a good shot. Another 10-pin.
Shot, another 10-pin. She'll go get her spare ball for John Kurtz's team. Coach Kurtz coached the team to the win last year, and he's back again this year.
She swished out her thumb for the consistency of the shot. That's a nice convenience that we have nowadays. Good spare. Oh, I thought she had it. Good try. Both bowlers were so close, missing on either side.
So Cole Peters is the 2nd bowler for the Century Bowl team. 9th grader at Waterford Kettering. Made the Metro Detroit USBC first team All-City.
Strike here would give them a big lead right off the bat.
Get there.
Oh, and it's a late fall on the 10-pin.
Shot by Cole.
So far we have 2 10-pins and 2 strikes.
That's right. Ryan Champion up on the left-hand lane for the Phantom Strikers, defending champion.
There you go.
Big
Kicked
strike.
out that 10-pin.
Big strike by Ryan. Ryan started bowling at the age of 3. Taylor McBride. Taylor, high average 215, a senior at Lakeland High School. English and math are her favorite subjects. She was captain of the All-Michigan team in 2019.
Come on, Taylor.
Good
And
shot.
a big strike.
Great shot. Nice and smooth. Good
Triple,
follow through.
triple for Century Bowl.
Big shot.
Merri Bowl working on a strike after those 2 missed 10 pins. Kind of time for Merri Bowl to put a double right
yeah,
here.
it's still early. If he gets a strike here, give him a little bit more back into the game.
Paul Schurer up 185 high average. He did shoot a 300 last year too. Little high, leaves the 4-7.
He'll go across lane at the spare.
You think he'll hook into it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Some players go straight at it with maybe a harder ball that doesn't hook. But I do think the majority of them choose to go across lane.
Picked up his strike ball and
Yeah, that means
when
he'll
it
go.
came back. Hooked into it.
Good job.
And covered it easily. Century Bowl's got quite a commanding lead here. Joshua Schneider, 10th grader at Waterford Kettering. 198 high average, is up on the right-hand lane for the Century Bowl team, working on 3 strikes in a row.
That's a great start.
Come on, Josh.
Ooh,
Right.
a 10 pin.
Leaves a 10 pin.
Good shot.
Century has a 41 pin lead.
He made a ball change for the spare.
Josh's favorite food is a comfort food, mac and cheese.
Right. Right.
And he covers it.
Yep, never a doubt.
Got to back up on a lane.
So the anchor bowler for the Merri Bowl team was also on the championship team last year, Jimmy Norp.
So they have some experience on that team.
They do. 3 of the 5 players are returning. Sophia, Paul Schurer, who bowled 4th, and then Jimmy Norp. So Jimmy's high average, 214.
Oh,
Throws
he got
a
a
strike.
mixer. A lot of power on that shot. He wasn't real high on the pocket, but he got a mixer out of it.
That's
Great
right.
job.
So Patrick McCletchy.
Sometimes those mixers will get the 10 pins out better too.
True. So Patrick, this is the 3rd time he's bowled in the Bowling Showcase Challenge. He was on the Century Bowl team last year. He's a 11th grader at Clarkston High School. 2-handed bowler.
Carry.
Comes up a little high.
All right.
Leaves a 6
Break.
pin.
All right, he's going to get his spare ball now. There's a lot of equipment in the game nowadays.
That's true.
You can change a ball for every shot you throw.
Just a matter of how many you want to carry into the center.
That's right. This ball is just
Right,
designed
right,
not to hook. Make
right.
it easy to make that
And he
spare.
covers it. So we've come to the 5th frame now. We're halfway through the match. Century Bowl started out with a turkey. They now have 98 in the 4th, spare up in the 5th. Merri Bowl Phantom Strikers are defending champion, 58 through 4, and a strike up in the 5th. So they're 40 pins down, but they're working on a strike. So what do you see so far, Sandy?
You know, they're all hitting the pocket, so they got to make their spares if they want to stay alive in the game. With everyone hitting the pocket, anybody could still win.
That's true. So we'll be back. Teams are going to switch lanes. We'll be back right after these messages. Final 1st round match of the Bowling Showcase Youth Challenge right here.
Won a lot of professional tournaments. We won a lot of tournaments worldwide. I mean, we won more in the last 10 years worldwide than any company. We make good bowling balls, and good players use our bowling balls because they can win with them.
So here we are back at the Bowling Showcase Youth Challenge. Teams have now switched lanes. Century Bowl on the left, Merri Bowl Phantom Strikers on the right. Century Bowl got a 40-pin lead.
That's due to missed spares. That's all that
It
is
is.
because they were all very close in the pocket.
Well, there's 20 pins right there.
Yep, that's 20.
That's
That's right.
right.
So it teaches these players how important it is to make those spares.
You bet. So up on the left-hand lane, we have a sub now for the first bowler, Aiden Franz. Aiden is the son of Jennifer Franz, the general manager at Century Bowl, and her husband Travis Franz, who runs the pro shop. Aiden came a little light, leaves the 2-5.
Yep, a little bit light. This spear can be chopped, so it's a little bit of a challenge. He's gonna move his feet to the right and let's let it hook right in there.
So Aiden is a 6th grader at White Lake Middle School and a high average of 170.
Oh, didn't quite hook enough.
Century Bowl 125 through 6.
Good shot.
So Sophia Best for the Phantom Striker, Merri Bowl Phantom Striker. They're working on a strike. They could really use a strike after that
really
open
use
frame
this
now.
double, and she left a 10-pin on her last shot. So she's lined up. There you go.
Between the open frame
Yep, it can change
and the
so
strike,
quickly.
oh my goodness, it's really, it can flip real quick. So Lyric Osteen, Cole Peters, I'm sorry, on the left-hand lane for Century Bowl. Been bowling since the age of 3.
Come on, Cole.
Ooh, he almost left a 7-10 split.
Leaves a 10-pin.
Yep.
10-pin only. He threw a strike back in the first frame, or in the second frame, I should say, his first frame.
Yeah.
He says, I always wear furry socks.
Okay. Is it a luck thing?
Must be.
There you go. All right.
All right, he covers
Good
it up.
scare.
So Lyric Osteen up on the right-hand lane for the Phantom Strikers from Merri Bowl. Thanks to Rich Glome here, the proprietor at Merri Bowl, for all he does for bowling and Bowling Showcase. 2 teams in the Youth Challenge this year.
We'll be right back in the match with this shot.
That's right.
Nice shot, good form.
Oh, leaves a 4-pin.
Very good shot, a little bit high. I mean, she caught a little bit too much of the head pin.
They have kind of closed the lead a little bit.
Yes, they have.
We're down to 18 pins down, the Phantom Strikers are. Century's got to keep their foot on the gas.
Yeah, you never take for granted that you have just because you have the lead.
Right, don't let up.
That's why it's 10 frames in a game. She bowled a really good frame.
Okay, now Taylor McBride up for the Century Bowl team on the left-hand lane. Taylor's high game 300, high series 743. She's committed to Ancilla College.
Oh, congratulations to her. Well, she didn't like it.
All right. Kind of pulled up on
Yeah,
it,
she
left the
did.
610.
You could tell by her reaction at the line she wasn't happy with her shot.
Yes,
But she left a makeable spare.
she did. Picked up her spare ball. She's a 12th grader at Lakeland High School and grade point average 3.85.
Just gonna go across lane, make the spare.
Both.
Great job.
I think she thought it might be
Yeah,
Chop City there for a second.
yeah, that's what I thought too.
Kid.
So Ryan Champion up on the right-hand lane. Merri Bowl needs to get back on the strike train here.
Yeah, I think
That's a
he
good
heard
way
you,
to
Mark.
do it right
Yep.
there.
That's a good shot.
A good start. Good start. Good start to the finish.
That's right. All right, Josh Schneider up in the foundation 9th frame for the Century Bowl team. His high game is 290. Left a 10-pin back in the 4th frame.
Come on, Josh.
Oh, another
pretty
one.
ball.
That was
There's
a good
another
shot too. The balls have a lot to do with the way we carry these days.
Yes, they do.
Sometimes it's just a matter of a ball change, surface or layout. There's so much information. It's never ending in this game. The more knowledge you have about the equipment and the way the lanes play, the better your advantage.
Josh, that 10th grader at Waterford Kettering, and his favorite subject is math.
All right.
Oh. Good spare.
That was a close one.
Yes, you know they have the lead. They don't want to. They do not want to open the door. That's
going
for
too
sure.
fast
So that was a
to
good
line.
spare.
So Merri Bowl's down by 15, working on a strike. Paul Schurer up here in the foundation 9th frame for them. His world history is his favorite subject at Divine Child High School, where he's a 10th grader.
Oh, what a great shot!
strike.
Look at them, right back in this game.
Okay, that makes
Yep.
that reduces the lead to 5 pins.
Wow, what exciting! Now that's a lot of pressure on both 10 anchor bowlers.
With Century being on a spare and Merri Bowl being on a
Yep.
strike, Century cannot shut them out.
That's exciting.
So Patrick McCletchy, our veteran, grizzled veteran of Bowling Showcase, up for the Century Bowl team on the left-hand lane.
All right, on 2.
He used the 2-5.
5. A little bit light, not quite enough hook. The most important thing here is not to chop the spare. And there's 2 ways, of course, you could do this. Good job.
And he
Good job.
covers it.
Whew,
Fill it up now. Fill it
that's a
up.
relief.
So a strike here by Patrick will force Jimmy Norp to throw the first strike in the 10th to win the match.
Yes. Wow.
What an exciting,
Yeah, it's very exciting.
it's always exciting when it comes down to throwing a strike to win.
Not sure if he knows how important this strike is. Sometimes on the field ball, we take it for granted.
All right, good shot.
There you go.
Okay, so
Always give it your best effort.
Century,
Great job.
Century finishes with a 200.
Big ball.
Merri Bowl has a max score of 217. This first strike, Jimmy Norp needs his first strike in the 10th frame to win the game,
Anything else?
or to put them in a position to win.
Yep.
Still needs good count after that, but this is the key shot of the match right here.
Oh, almost the
Comes
same.
light, leaves the 2-4-5.
Almost the same results.
So the defending champions go down to defeat.
Yeah, he's just a little. They're a little disappointed. You could tell.
So Brandon Mitchell's now come in to throw the spare
Take a deep
for
breath.
Jimmy Norp,
Take a deep breath.
and he gets 2.
All right. We're going to take some hands, guys.
They bowled a great game. They battled back a bit. Shot 190.
They did.
Yeah,
So Century Bowl,
82.
200. The defending champion, Merri Bowl Phantom Strikers, 182.
Yes, that was an exciting match. They had a few open frames, and that's eventually what cost them the game. But they tried to battle back, and it just wasn't quite enough.
This wasn't quite enough. So we'll be back right after these messages. We'll talk to Coach Ken Clayton of the victorious Century Bowl team. And right after these messages on Bowling Showcase Youth Challenge.
The hug pickup, the home run swing, the drum major high step, the genuine joy, the unforgettable party, the food, the friends, the original social network. No matter who you are, it's always a great time. Grab your family, find a friend, and go bowling.
Okay, we're back on Bowling Showcase Youth Challenge with Coach Ken Clayton of the Century Bowl team. Congratulations, Ken, on your victory over the Phantom Strikers, defending champions.
Thanks, Mark. You know, it's really awesome to beat these guys finally after 3 years of losing to them. It's really good.
So you charged out really fast and got a big lead. And then what happened?
We had a little slowdown in the middle, but these guys stayed firm with the spares, and converted the spares is the big thing in a competition like this. They stayed focused, stayed calm. It was great.
Yep.
Okay, well, now you go on to the semifinals. How does that sound?
Sounds great. Sounds great.
You know, one step closer to getting that big trophy.
We'd like to be there.
That's right. Well, congratulations. We'll see you in a few weeks.
Thanks,
luck.
Mark.
So, Phantom Strikers go down to defeat.
That's right.
They bowled well. Started off really slow. Came back in the middle.
Yeah.
Coach John Kurtz did, but, you know, Century Bowl was just too much. He had a
Yes.
big lead.
Yeah, they never gave up. They stayed in it the whole time, and
That's right.
they maintained.
So next week we start the semifinals.
How exciting.
It is.
Huh?
Cherry Hill Lanes North, who was the champion back in year one in 2016, against Thunderbolt. Kind of a new team. Coach Darren Flowers, Coach Jim Turk of the Cherry Hill Lanes North team. Should be pretty exciting.
That'll be great. Can't
It is.
wait.
So we'll see you then on Bowling Showcase Youth Challenge. Thanks for joining us.